So as you see, fading away is related to the last paragraph of the previous chapter, when Bounderby asked Stephen to finish his work and look for some other work in a different place. So here it refers to the future of Stephen. Fading away means he is going to vanish. He is going to disappear from the city, from the work, from the life of others. And this foreshadows something, not only his work. This might refer to Stephen himself. Will he be available to the end of the novel, or he's gonna die, he's gonna be imprisoned, he's gonna move somewhere? So this is what we will find out when we finish the novel. So fading away, as I said, is related to Stephen. As you see, after finishing his conversation with Bounderby, he went to his house. By chance he met his beloved Rachel, as you see here. Rachel, my dear Mrs. Though with her, Mrs. Though with her, the other lady that we encountered some few chapters earlier, اسمها كان Mrs. Pegler, now is also available in this chapter. Well, and now you are surprised, to be sure, and with reason. I must say, the old woman returned. The old woman, Mrs. Pegler, returned. Here I am again, you see, with Rachel. We try to highlight the main points in the chapter. Well, Mrs., said he, I have seen the lady. طبعا هنا in the previous paragraph, Mrs. Pegler asked Stephen about Bounderby's wife, and he answers, well, I have seen the lady, and she were young and handsome, with fine dark thinking eyes, and a still way, Rachel, as I have never seen the like on. Young and handsome, yes, cried the old woman, quite delighted, فرحانة لأنه Bounderby has picked such a lady, because Bounderby is very close to her. As bonny as a rose, and what a happy wife. Stephen nodded. Though as to master, said he, glancing again at Rachel, not master anymore. That's all ending. It was him and me. A reference to his leaving the work, and Rachel asked if he left his work, if he departed and left. So here he makes this claim. His work and me are parted. يعني افترق العمل وستيفن from Bounderby's mill. It's well, so better I were thinking when you come up with me, I would have brought them trouble upon trouble if I had stayed there. So that's why, because of the troubles he will cause, he understands that there will be troubles. So he thought of leaving the city. I must turn my face from Coketown for the time, and seek a fortune dear by beginning afresh. حتى يبدأ بداية جديدة. But I am not going tonight, Rachel, nor yet tomorrow. يعني he has some time left for him. Come to my poor place, Mrs. Stephen is asking Mrs. Pegler, and take a cup of tea. Rachel will come then, and afterwards I'll see thee safe and thy traveller's lodging. دعوة لي Mrs. Pegler to come to Stephen's house for a cup of tea. I have never thought yet of asking thy name, the old lady announced herself as Mrs. Pegler. Of course, now احنا نعرف هذا الشيء سابقا, and now it is confirmed for Stephen. A widower, I think, or a widower, يعني a widower, or a widow, أرملة, or many years ago, Mrs. Pegler's husband, one of the best on record, was already dead. It were a bad job too, to lose so good a one, said Stephen. Any children? Do you have any children? And this question, Mrs. Pegler's cup rattling يعني الكوب مال الشاي بدأ يرجف against her saucer, and she held it, denoted some nervousness on her part. So this refers to something. It gives us an idea for something. I should have sent you the file حتى يكون عندكم نسخة من عنده على الأقل in case. So this refers that Mrs. Pegler is nervous when he mentioned the son's issue, if she has any children, because we already know يعني عرفنا إنه Bounderby is her son. The old lady's cup rattled, and putting down her cup she moved her hands as if she would have added by her action dead, وكأنه هذا الابن بالنسبة لها dead. Then she said aloud, I have lost him. إنه هي خسرت هذا الson. Stephen had not yet got the better of his having given the lady pain when his landlady came in, etc. So here Mrs. Pegler was by no means deaf, يعني عندها مشكلة بالسمع, for she caught a word as it was uttered Bounderby. سمعت كلام وكأنه يقولون Bounderby. She cried in a suppressed voice, starting up from the table, Oh, hide me, don't let me be seen for the world. غطوني خبوني لا تخلون أحد يشوفني, لأنه هي سمعت بالصدفة Mr. Bounderby's name. Don't let him come up then till I've got away. Pray, pray, مرخصتكم, please. She trembled and was excessively agitated, getting behind Rachel. This shows that there is something wrong between this lady and Mr. Bounderby, and she doesn't want to be seen by Bounderby, and when his name is mentioned she started shaking. So these ideas give us something for the future. For the first time in her life, Louisa had come into one of... Now Louisa and Tom knock at the door of Bounderby. You know, when Stephen met Bounderby, Louisa was present, so she listened to everything. So she comes here, and the writer makes it clear here that for the first time in her life, Louisa had come into one of the dwellings of the Coketown hands. أول مرة تفوت بيوت ذول العمال. For the first time in her life, she was face to face with anything like individuality in connection with them. She knew of their existence, تعرف أنهم موجودين by hundreds and thousands. She knew what results in work a given number, but she doesn't know their conditions and circumstances. I have come to speak to you in consequence of what had passed just now. This is Louisa speaking. I should like to be serviceable to you if you will let me. Is this your wife? Rachel raised her eyes, and they sufficiently answered no, and dropped again. So she wanted to help Stephen by some means. No one excepting myself can ever know what honor and what love and respect I bear to Rachel, or with what cause. When I passed that promise, I told her true, she were the angel of my life. It were a solemn promise. He promised Rachel in the previous paragraphs highly ما قرأناها إنه he is not going to join any unions. هذا واحد من الأسباب اللي ما خلته ينضم لهذه الunions. So he wanted to keep his promise because he loves this woman. I have finished off. I must quit this part and try another. لازم يغادر هذا العمل ويلقى في شيء آخر. So Louisa came in order to give him some money to help him, but of course he refused. Louisa colored and purse appeared in her hand. المحفظة مالتها. The rustling of a banknote was audible. الحركة مال صوت الفلوس. ولكن Stephen did not take it. Here Tom interferes in order to tell Stephen about something. Just wait a moment, Lou, before we go. I should like to speak to him. Tom has a plan and he wants Stephen to help him. I think I can do you a good turn. ممكن أخدمك بشيء معين. Tom يحكي. He asked about his days of work, and now he is asking him for something. what a hurry he is in. That was Tom. Look here, then. Are you off at day Monday? Stephen considering. Why Sarah? Friday, Saturday night. هذه الأيام اللي بيها عطلة. Friday or Saturday. Now look, I'm not sure that I can do you the good turn I want to do you. That's my sister. So I tell you what, you will know our light porter again. راح انت تعرف الخادم مالتهم. Very well, returned Tom. When you leave work of a night between this and you're going away, just hang about the bank an hour or so. من تكمل شغلك روح افطر يم البنك شوية فرة لمدة ساعة أو أكثر وبعدين غادر. This is Tom's plan, and in reward he will speak with Bounderby in order to mitigate the punishment and might keep him as a worker. Be sure you don't make any mistake, then do not forget. I shall tell my sister as we go home what I have in view and she will approve. إذن هاي الخطة مال توم لستيفن حتى ممكن يساعده. طبعا توم عنده فد أفكار يعني يريد يطبقها. Stephen meets Rachel and Pegler, plans to leave. Now he is going to leave Coketown. So Louisa and Tom enter to his house and talk to him. Louisa tries to help him وتوم عنده خطة ممكن يساعد بها ستيفن إذا كان صادق بها. وعندنا هنا ديكنز بس ما أعتقد الوقت راح يسعفني لأنه I will show it to you in the next lecture. I need to save the video.